This car had more technology than the Toyota Supra, the Nissan Skyline GTR, and even the Honda NSX. But nobody bought them. And here's why. Japan in the late 80s was going through an economic boom, with car companies making more money than ever, leading to more revolutionary designs and better sports cars. Cars like the Mark IV Supra and the R32 Skyline were being designed, and Mitsubishi wanted in on some of the fun. They said, oh no, we don't just make TVs, we make cars too. They set out to design a car that would put all of their competitors to shame, and they came up with the 3000 GT, or better known as the Mitsubishi GTO. Now, in the United States, they couldn't call it the GTO, so they called it the 3000 GT. The engineers of the 3000 GT had an extensive list of demands for Mitsubishi's best sports car. Twin turbo V6, no problem. Active exhaust, no problem. Active aero that came up above 50 miles an hour, that's too easy. Adjustable suspension that could go from soft and comfortable to stiff and hard.
What did he say?
You could get the 3000 GT in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The VR4 was all-wheel drive and came with Mitsubishi's V6 6G72, which was twin turbocharged, making 320 horsepower or 315 pound-feet of torque. The Dodge Stealth was the same car, just under Dodge instead of Mitsubishi. And well, they're just way uglier. So I don't know why you would ever buy one instead of a GT. With all this cool tech, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT had a bit of a weight problem. She's a little chunky girl. Maybe you need to hit the gym, lose a few pounds. It weighed over 3,800 pounds. Now, for reference, the Miata weighs like 2,800. That's 1,000 pounds more. It came out in 1990 in the United States, and it could go 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. That's not slow even today. Now, the 3000 GT on paper sounds like one of the coolest sports cars ever, and honestly, its technology would go on to live in most cars that are being made today. Even supercars, like the McLaren Senna uses active aero. Even normal economy cars today have active suspension. Active exhaust is a super common aftermarket mod, so the old coppers won't pull you over, but when you want to let loose, thing is loud. Unfortunately, in the 90s, they couldn't perfect this technology, so it broke all the time, which is one of the reasons why people don't like the 3000 GT. It wasn't very reliable, and all of the cool technology it comes with often doesn't work. The 3000 GT also had all-wheel steering, so the rear wheels would slightly turn, and that also broke, so the rear wheels would be stuck turned sometimes. That was cool. The 3000 GT had potential to be one of the greatest sports cars of all time, or even considered a supercar. But it was Mitsubishi, so that didn't happen. They broke, and in 1993, they got a facelift coming with 20 more horsepower and a 6-speed manual transmission. In 1996, however, Japan's economy was not doing so hot. So they had to remove the active suspension, active aero, and all of the stuff that made it cool. So now it was just a heavy all-wheel drive sports car that didn't have any of the fancy stuff, so nobody bought it. In 1999, it would get one more facelift, you could call it, but they only made like 300 cars in 99, and that would be the last year of the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Now, what went wrong? Why don't people like it as much as the Supra? We all know why it's famous. It didn't have its moment. It didn't have the things that these other cars had. The Toyota Supra was in Fast and the Furious. The R32 GTR absolutely dominated the racetrack. Even the Acura NSX was a real supercar, and to be honest with you, the 3000 GT just got a little bit unlucky. Its weight is the real problem though, just like most of America. And your mother, who weighs more than the car. I don't know how. I think I'm gonna make a your mother joke in every video. But even cars like the 300ZX are more popular than the 3000 GT. Mitsubishi just didn't have the right formula for the 90s. People wanted lightweight cars that could handle and still had a good amount of power. And the Mitsubishi had a lot of power, but she was heavy, and all of the features and cool stuff didn't counteract the weight and didn't make up enough for its drawbacks. But it's still a great car. Even today, it's still a cool car. People buy the Kia Soul, so they'll buy anything, let's be honest. And it looks great today. The pop-ups and even the later generations still look great. It died nonetheless. And this car didn't have a huge success story or a huge breakthrough moment, but it was just a good car, and it was always there for you, even when your wife left you. It was there, and it would stop working too, just like your wife. And it was a little fat too, just like your wife. All right, well, that's all I've got for this video. If you want to see a car that was a little bit cooler and went a little bit faster, and honestly, it killed supercars, check out this video here about the Dodge Viper. And other than that, I don't have much else, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Go to the gym. Don't be fat like the 3000 GT. Okay, bye.